Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. David Gordon, age 56, turned himself in to Hopkins County Jail Wednesday, February 1st, 2017, to begin a 7-year sentence for DWI third. Gordon was sentenced to 7 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for his third DWI conviction in September of 2016. He had been out of jail on appeal bond from that time until Wednesday, when he withdrew his appeal. His third arrest for DWI resulted from an accident in May 2015 that sent a Hopkins County teenager to then Hopkins County Memorial Hospital. Gordon had received felony probation for his 2 previous DWI third convictions. In testimony during his trial, it was established that Gordon was riding a motorcycle and at the intersection of Carter and Calvert Street on Sunday night, May 30th, 2015, around 8:45 p.m., his cycle hit one of 3 bicycle riders on the street. 2 riders were able to avoid the accident by going to opposite sides of the street. Due to injuries to Gordon, a field sobriety test could not be administered and a blood draw was necessary to test his blood alcohol level. Gordon's eye was swollen shut as a result of other facial swelling resulted from the accident. He refused the test. Sulphur Springs police officer Eddie Moon then acquired a search warrant for the blood draw that was signed by then County Judge Robert Newsom. His blood alcohol level, 0.263, well over the 0.08 level for drunk driving. Reported stolen Monday morning from a construction site just off Interstate 30 near Cumbie, a $64,000 Caterpillar skid steer loader was recovered Tuesday afternoon in Henderson County by Hopkins County investigator Wade Sheets and Chief Investigator Charles Humphreys. They also recovered a 40-foot Big Tex dovetail trailer stolen in Arkansas. Sheriff Lewis Tatum said the investigators worked quickly to make the discovery.
Monday morning we got a call of a Caterpillar skid steer loader missing from the construction site on side I-30, this side of Cumbie. They said it was valued at $64,000 as a new one. The investigators got on it real quick and started tracking down leads. Of course, the officer went out there, patrol officer went out there and took a report, and they found where it had been in Henderson County, and then they interviewed the subject there, and he led them to, and after a little persuasion, I think he showed them exactly where it was, and they went over in the woods and not too far from the first location and found it.
What was this at the site where they're doing the state rest area?
Right, and there's a lot of equipment out there. You know, we've talked to them about, you know, it's hard for a patrolman to watch that, as big as it is on both sides of the interstate. We need to figure out something, you know, about taking care of that. But Investigator Wade Sheets and Chief Investigator Charles Humphreys, they worked real hard and real quick, and they got that recovered. And I think the owners of it are going to go retrieve it today from where the wrecking yard is down there.
What source did they have to find this?
That actual machine had if it was cranked and running, had a locator on it. But when they killed it, then of course it just shows the last place it was running. It won't show where it's at that time, and that got them real close in the area, you know. And then from there they started interviewing people and found the trailer that had hauled it, and that trailer was actually stolen out of Arkansas.
They had stolen the trailer, I guess, and then took the Caterpillar? Yeah,
I think what really got them caught was, I think they had tore their truck up trying to pull it, because it's a big trailer. It's about a $12,000 trailer, and then of course pulling that skid steer loader was very heavy. I think tore the transmission out of the truck, and that's as far as they made it. And they probably tried to swap it off there or whatever, and that's where the officers got on it and got it recovered.
So these individuals weren't from the Henderson area?
Yeah, I believe the ones that the one subject I believe was the officers have all the other people's identifiers, and they're going to get warrants on them today.
Okay, so you've not rounded up all the people involved?
No, I mean they know who they are. They'll just take them a little time to get all the warrants issued and start picking them up.
Threats against a member of the judicial system in Hopkins County landed Robert Allen Hawkins, age 51, of Dallas, in Hopkins County Jail, charged with retaliation and held on a $250,000 bond. When threats were received by a local judge, Sheriff Lewis Tatum was contacted. Tatum then called on Texas Rangers and U.S. Marshals to locate Hawkins. They found Hawkins at a construction site in Plano, where he was a carpenter's helper. Rangers and Marshals returned him to Hopkins County. According to a report to KSST News, Sulphur Bluff schools were closed Wednesday as staff sanitized the school. The school was closed on Tuesday and Wednesday due to a flu epidemic that had affected a number of students. The closing of the school was not only to allow the sanitizing, but also to give those who are ill at home time to recover and to keep other students from spreading the flu germs. Classes are planned to begin again Thursday morning.
Pilot Club's president-elect Jane Goldsmith came in to tell us about the many Pilot Club events currently going on and their membership drive.
We have a Caregiver of the Year award. It's at the Chamber Banquet, February 16th. And since our organization focused on brain injury awareness and prevention, we wanted to do something for the caregivers of everybody. So we have formed a Caregiver of the Year award.
And that's been going on a while.
Yeah, since 2003. They're heroes. Caregivers are the heroes, and they give up a lot of their life to care for a loved one.
You may not really realize this until you become one or someone very close to you becomes a caregiver. Mm-hmm. It's hard to describe unless you've actually done the work.
Their life changes completely. Their friend circle shrinks down to hardly anything because people don't know how to communicate with them or what to do for them. A lot of times they feel left alone and all that, and their life is focused around the person they're caregiving. And we just need to acknowledge what they give up and the good work they do.
The good work that they do. So nominations for someone that is doing this kind of duty, caregiver, can still be made through this Friday?
Yeah, through this Friday, probably even through the weekend. I think we might wait till Monday before we meet and pick, or next week. Here's some of the criteria of it. The nominee should perform voluntary caregiver services for individuals for which they receive no compensation. They have to be, the patients have to have a brain-related disorder, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Huntington's disease, a TBI, which is a traumatic brain injury, shaken baby syndrome, anything that's an injury to the brain. They should live in Hopkins County or provide care for someone in Hopkins County. And we have the forms for you to fill out. Just give me a call, and I will make sure I can get that form to you today or tomorrow or in time to get the nomination back in.
Okay. Well, if it's a neighbor of someone who's a caregiver, mm-hmm. family member, someone that you know through work or whatever.
And this is a surprise. I mean, they're not, the caregiver that's nominated is not supposed to know they're nominated. So, and then we get them to the chamber banquet, and then it's a surprise for them to be awarded this award. So it's friends, family, neighbors, church people. If you know of anybody that's an awesome caregiver and would like to nominate them, get some friends together, get the form, and the more nominations we have for a person, the better it is.
It's a major recognition.
It is.
And along with that, in which that will kind of wind down by the end of this week or Monday, mm-hmm. you have something else, of course, in the air.
Yes, our 10th year of Hoop Dreams basketball for the special needs kids. We are so excited. We started out with 8 kids 10 years ago, and it was just more or less just having fun out there on the court with the kids. And the Lions Club has volunteered to come coach.
Okay.
So the Pilot girls were all the team moms and mother hen everybody around, and the guys are out there coaching the kids, and they're actually playing a game. The older ones, the high school kids, they got rowdy Monday night. The basketball team from the high school actually came to watch. Man, they were screaming and yelling, and it was a good time. It was a really good
Where
time.
is this held?
This is at the 3rd and 4th grade campus. I always call it the old middle school.
Yes.
So it's in the gym there, and just come and watch. It's so fun watching these kids play. And I'm more on the little kids one, like the 3, 4, 5th grade or younger. And the smiles they have when they're getting that ball, and the little girls that are too small to throw the ball up, the guys lift them up so they can dunk it. It's really fun to watch the smiles.
So the Hoop Dreams, being a sponsorship of Pilot Club, is for the certain types of children in the school system?
Yeah, it's all Hopkins County kids. The special needs, we have shaken babies, we have a couple kids in a wheelchair, we have a couple kids on walkers, dyslexia, anything that they need help with at school, they can qualify for. Like whatever they do at Bright Star Baseball, is those kids come and play basketball.
Okay. And this is their time to shine.
Yes, it is, and they shine big. Big
That's
stars,
wonderful.
big stars.
It's a lovely thing that Pilot Club does. Your club seems to be able to think of the little niches, the little heartfelt things that are going on that maybe others pass over.
Yep. And people that normal people don't think about giving these kids and these people a little extra attention and some love just to make their day brighter.
Okay. Well, we have a picture on our website, ksstradio.com, with a meeting. I suppose it was taken at a meeting of the Lions Club recently. And there's some of the coaches there, people that you will know in the community.
Yes. And I'm so grateful that they came and are willing to help these kids. Yeah.
Kind of energetic youth leaders in our town who are also kind of role models and mentors.
Yeah. We're kind of combined our forces there and making a good thing. And we have some really good sponsors for this too. We have Alliance Bank, J. Hodge Chevrolet, and Encore, and Eternity Creations are making the medals they get. So we really appreciate their help in helping us get this done, buying the T-shirts every year, and getting things done that need to be done for it.
Well, another major contribution from Pilot Club, again, directed at someone else, and this would be certain children. Now, you have something that's for everybody, and this is going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, it's our fundraiser. This is our main fundraiser of the year, and this is where we make all of our funds, and all of our money comes back into Hopkins County. It stays local. So our fundraiser this year is Robert Burkhart. He is a Branson-style Christian comedian. He is hilarious. I pulled him up on YouTube. He is very funny, very witty. Music, skits, talking, jokes. Yeah, so we're hoping to get a large crowd for this. Even the men. I want to pull some men in this year.
Robert Burkhart. And his logo certainly has a heart in it. It's Branson-style musical comedy coming to Sulphur Springs.
Yeah.
And it's only $20 to go to that.
Yeah, and that's our brunch. And we'll have a raffle. And we'll have silent auctions and a bake sale. So like I said, come enjoy a good morning, good food, lots of laughter, and help us get the funds to help our community.
That is on March 4th. And I have been to your brunches before. I've not seen Robert Burkhart before, so I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But your brunches for last couple of years have been a speaker out of Longview that I just love her.
Yeah, Tammy Whitehurst. She has been our speaker before. Yeah, she is really good. She does the music and comedy too. So yeah, we're kind of leaning that way.
And we want to stay in touch with all these great folks that we've met through Pilot Club.
Yeah.
Speakers over the years. And so spring brunch, let it be kind of a regular thing, annual thing for you. Take your mom, take the neighbor lady, take bring the guy.
Yeah, bring your husband.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So Saturday, March 4th, League Street Church of Christ, Branson-style musical comedy coming to Sulphur Springs with Robert Burkhart.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of phone numbers here. If you know Jane Goldsmith, you can see Jane Goldsmith about tickets.
Yes, tickets, and also for the Caregiver of the Year nomination application. My phone number is 903-348-5099, and we're a 501c3 organization. And we have quite a few projects that we work on. We have like Hoop Dreams, Our Place. We do the Halloween and Christmas. Shadow Ranch, the therapeutic riding. We do the bowling, Special Olympics, United Way, the Alzheimer's support group. The Circle of Friends is a traumatic brain injury camp down on in Mount Vernon. And we go down there and we cook breakfast for the campers, and that's a pretty amazing thing. There's a lot of TBI camps around Texas and New Mexico that the pilot clubs, the whole Texas Pilot Club supports these brain injury camps. So,
And once again, what does TBI stand for?
traumatic brain injury.
Okay.
It's very a life-changing thing. Car wrecks, falling down. That's why we do. We used to do the puppet shows for helmet safety and protecting your brain on the playground, riding your bikes, anything. Just be careful when you fall or bump your head. It can be a brain injury later on.
Man. So, since 2003, now you mentioned Caregiver of the Year, but Pilot Club is older than that.
Yes, our Pilot Club was chartered in 1984.
Okay.
So we've been in Sulphur Springs a long time.
You are currently an officer,
I am president-elect. I will be president next year.
and president is.
Marilyn Holt right now.
Okay.
Marilyn Holt's the
Longtime
president.
member as well.
Yeah, she is. She's been there a long time.
And so active over the years. I think maybe some of your membership has kind of also aged. I won't say they're aged, but as we go through our phases of life.
So we're doing a membership drive. If you're interested in serving the community and helping people with the brain injuries, get a hold of me and we'll let you come to some of our meetings, and we have some socials and some fun activities to get to know each other as women too. Not only doing our civic stuff, but it's good to get to know these women socially. They become your true sisters, because we call us pilot sisters. Everybody's our pilot sister, and to get that bond going.
Well, I'm not a member of Pilot Club. I hope someday to be
We'll
able
get you.
to
We'll
devote
get
the
you.
time. But I did get to come to one of those sister events. I was invited at your own home.
Yes.
And it was just kind of a little social. And that's when I found out it's not just a club that meets for the purpose of meeting. You ladies really love each other.
Yeah, and we
Stick together.
Yeah, we call each other if we have problems, and it's just
So if you're looking for that kind of, organization, we'll consider Pilot Club and get to know them. We'll give you phone numbers once again before we close, and we've got just about 2 minutes left, Jane. So Hoop Dreams going on. Monday nights are the games.
Everybody. We started the January 30th. It'll be every Monday night for the next 4 weeks. The last one will be in the awards night. All the kids will get an award, and we're probably going to have a big little to-do about the 10-year thing, acknowledge the kids that have been with us for like 8 years and stuff like that.
So at Sulphur Springs Elementary School,
Yes,
Jim.
ma'am.
And then the Caregiver of the Year Award. Please get the nominations to Jane or someone.
Yeah, or call me, and I will get them to you, and we will get the person you want nominated in there. And
then be at the Chamber Banquet on the
Yes,
16th
yes,
of February.
yes.
And then the Branson Style Show, put that kind of on your calendar for March 4th for the spring brunch.
yeah, save the date.
Save the date. And the membership drive to get involved with Pilot Club.
Yeah.
So, your phone number?
903-348-5099.
Okay.
Here's a look at local school board elections in the area through Wednesday, February 1st. Final day for filing is for the May 6th election is February 17th. With 3 positions up for election this year in Mount Vernon, currently 2 packets have been returned of the 10 packets that have been picked up. Melissa Dunavant and Brooke Bussell have filed. Those seats currently held by Board Vice President Steve Acey, Secretary Allison Rios, and Board Member Maria Latortu. Of the 3 seats, only Acey has picked up a packet. He has yet to file. For school board in Sulphur Springs, both incumbent Robin Vaughn and Robert Cody have filed for re-election. They did so on the first day of filing. For Como-Picton School, incumbents Jim Murray, Greg Anglin, and Mark Humphreys have filed for re-election. Also filing are Jessica Pegues and Brittany Wright Smith. Como-Picton is also searching for a new superintendent. At Yannis, Jennifer McKeever, April Johnson, and Melissa Stevens have filed. In Cumbie, Tyra Kennemore has filed for the unexpired term there. Again, Filing continues through February 17th for the May 6th school board and city council elections. Here's Don Julian with sports.
The Wildcats basketball team took a solid 61-49 win over Texas High in a district game at Wildcats Gym on Tuesday night. The Wildcats are now 8-1 in district play and 23-5 for the season. I talked about the win and more with the Wildcats basketball coach Clark Cipolletta.
Yes, I was very proud of the guys. I thought a lot of guys stepped up when we needed them at different times, and I thought we played really well as a team. And kind of the thing that's been carrying us all season, our defense, I thought played really well. I'm just holding them, keeping them out of the paint, really following the scouting report. I thought worked really well, and big ups to them.
Yeah. You had a Keontae look like he tweaked an ankle or something, and hopefully, he can get back in a week. I don't know what the deal is, but I was worried about the team at that point. But like you say, people step up, and you got help from a lot of different people to replace what he normally does.
Yes, he's a big part of what we do, if not one of the most important pieces, if not the most important piece. Just that point guard that you could trust with the basketball and getting you into your offense. So when he went down, I got a little nervous as well. We had to kind of move some guys around, and I thought everybody came in and like you said, just held their own. Keyston Willis had the flu. He didn't even know if he could play, and just guys beat up, guys not feeling their best, and just getting it together and playing. I was really proud of them.
Obviously, Texas High had a real problem. I mean, their guards are great. They have great
Absolutely.
guards, but had a real problem inside trying to match up with Victor, and he really took it out on him.
Yes, that's pretty much the story with everybody that tries to match up with Victor. He's just such a dynamic force inside. And I thought another person that played really well, and he won't be a stat sheet filler-upper type of player, but Dane. He had almost 10 boards,
Wow.
and he had like 7 assists. So he almost had a double-double without even scoring much. So, between those two, they did a super job rebounding the basketball. I was very proud of them, and you can even throw Jefferson in with them and some of my guards. So that's been one of our big worries, just being able to rebound, especially if Victor goes out and some of those things. I thought we did that really well.
And you get a chance to bring in Simeon Taylor, and it kind of reminded me of how good of a player he was as a freshman that you just kind of threw to the wolves as a point guard, and how he really kind of went through that process to make him a better player now.
Yes, Sim's getting better each and every day. The more time he's spending in the gym, me and Coach Manning were talking about this the other day. He looks like the old Sim. You can just tell it's like a kid riding a bike, just picking it up, and he's kind of, earning a lot more playing time now, and just getting better, getting more comfortable, getting more confident with the basketball, and moving forward, he'll just get more and more playing time.
Well, now we come up again, I guess, another bye coming up, and what's going to be your approach as you get ready for Mount Pleasant 2, I guess?
Right, they're a very good team. We're going to watch some film and, kind of see some of the things we didn't do really well last time and try to fix that. And it's nice to have this time off, especially since we're beat up and, some guys are sick. So I'm going to give them off today, and we're going to hit it the next 2 days really hard and pick up Monday and, hopefully go surprise them Tuesday.
Now, it's a tough place to play, going to Mount Pleasant. We know they're a veteran team and all that kind of stuff, but are you kind of glad to have a redo on them after the first game we had?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I think we're a much better team than we played, and we still have a super good chance to win district, and that's what we're trying to do here. T-High plays them next at home, and they went to overtime last time they played, so if T-High can beat them, and then we turn around and beat them, we're sole in the first place spot, and that's what we're trying to do moving forward, and I think we have a good shot at it.
Boy, we've come a long way, haven't we, from a team, 9 or 10 wins last year, and
right.
And here we are, talking about district championship possibilities.
Yes, it's an exciting feeling. Some places, you just put in a lot of hard work, and you just hope it all pays off in the end, and it's taken a little while for that to happen. But when you get the right group of guys in here, and you keep that up, you build that culture, it just kind of breeds success, and I feel like that's where we're headed, and that's what we're doing. So I just hope that continues.
Between the young guys that you have that are on the varsity right now, and I watched those sub-varsities play again last night, and there's a lot of talent down there. The basketball program is really thriving.
Yes, I appreciate that. That's a compliment. We just we have guys that are really putting in a lot of work to get better, and they're really coachable. They do everything we ask them to do. They play hard, and they do all the little things right. And moving forward, I think we'll just keep getting better and better and better. And once you start having some winning years, then all of a sudden the younger kids want to be a part of that, and work just as hard. So it just keeps breeding success. So I'm hope we're doing that here.
I like the fact you've been able to keep your staff together, and I think,
Yes.
for continuity, and you're very familiar with those guys, and they're doing a great job with those sub-varsity.
Oh, they do. Coach McSheffrey does a wonderful job coaching our JV. He's just a great, role model to those guys, and the same with Coach Manning, just being here and being able to implement all the stuff. He knows what I expect and my expectations, and the kids understand that as well and respect them like that. So, it makes my job a whole lot easier. I can just say, hey, we're going to do this drill today, blah, 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 and they know exactly what we're doing instead of me having to teach them, then vice versa, they teach the kids. So it's a real nice situation to be in as a head coach to have that.
The Lady Cats basketball team went on the road and earned a 77-50 district win at Texas High Tuesday night. The Lady Cats are 11-0 in district play and 25-3 for the season. I talked with Lady Cats coach Jeff Chapman.
We're doing a better job now following the game plan. We're looking at film and we're telling the kids, this is what we see, this is the keys to the game. If we stop, such and such, then that gives us a really good shot. If we can keep the other team out of the paint and not let them penetrate with they got some quick guards. All those things are starting to factor in, and we're going from quarter 1 to quarter 4 and doing more of what we planned. In the past, we just wasn't quite holding on to the game plan, and we would lose focus. And hopefully it's maturity. You want your team to be better by the end of the year and start doing more things that you work on in practice. And the correlation from practice to games are coming. And not that we weren't doing it before, but it's just more now. And hopefully we've been talking about not just stop at district, dream big, and just see how far this takes us, because the kids are playing well together. We had 20 assists last night, 24 the game before that. And I believe T-High is a much better opponent than Marshall, but 20 assists tells us that we're sharing the basketball and we're not, focused on just trying to be individual scorers. And we have quite a few girls that can score, and the more, the better, because then you can't focus on just 1 or 2 kids.
I think I heard you say that Autumn Canton is working real hard on all aspects of her game. I think she had 20 points or something last night at a big ball game.
Yeah.
And she's coming along really well to help the others.
Oh yeah, early in the season, I was telling myself she's just a 10th grader, and that you can't just say a kid is just a 10th grader, because she was able to help us as a freshman. She is coming along. She's doing a really good job in all aspects, and she's really hungry. She loves to play. I see her being real comfortable with certain shots. She's catching the ball at the elbow. And that's where we work at in practice. That's her reps. She's catching it right there, taking nice shots. The other kids are looking for her, and all the kids are just kind of knowing where everybody else is going to be a little bit better at this time of the year. And we turned the ball over last night, but one of our goals though was not to turn over as much and not to get away from what Autumn's doing. Autumn's doing a really good job rebounding. She's finding an open man. Her and Kelly connect a lot. Rita doing the same. All the 7 girls that are playing with us on a regular basis are finding each other and really stepping up. Autumn probably had a little more playing time last night because we've been rotating her and Sharita Hill.
Kaylee Jefferson, I think 12 points, but she had a double-double. She had 10 rebounds. She was big in that department, and your shooting continues to be wonderful. I think over 50% again on shooting.
Yeah, we have been hitting that 50% mark, and that's really good. That means we're getting a lot of layups, to tell the truth, and that's good. I knew that Katie had a double-double, and that's really something when you can get that. And I know she had to have 3 or 4 assists to add into that. I haven't seen any girl, even Desi back when she was here, get a triple-double, but she was close. But that's really good when you can see that. And T.I.'s athletic and can jump, and Kaylee was right in there with them all night, having a piece of the rebound, if not the whole rebound. And I noticed her being big on the boards last night. And, I mean, those are the things that you see that, that sometimes don't take note. And I'm glad you mentioned that because, you know, the world we live in, everybody's just worried about how many points, not our kids so much, I mean just the general public. That's the first question they asked. They said, somebody come up and said, do you have a game? Yeah, I had a game. First question is, did you win? The second question is always, how many points did you score?
Absolutely.
You know, but everybody's not going to be great scorers, and that's what we're trying to convince some of our kids. You got to be role players. And we try to use the Warriors like everybody else. We want that culture too. They create so many scores for themselves, and it's being made a big deal. Their culture is no dribble. They're doing it by passing. And so we're doing that sometime. Of course, we're not the Warriors, nowhere close, but you know, they're not a bad team to imitate and emulate.
Sure. Wildcat soccer team took a tough loss Tuesday night at home. The Marshall Mavericks won a shootout 6-5 to earn the extra point after the teams battled to a 3-3 tie after overtime. The Wildcats now have a shootout loss and a regular loss. They'll travel to Texas High on Friday. I talked with Wildcats coach Nicky Wiggins.
It was a hard-fought game. I thought we played a lot better than we did in Pine Tree. Created a lot of opportunities. I know early in the game we could have scored, two, point blank in there, and but we hit the post and the keeper made a good save. But like I told the kids, I mean, Marshall's pretty good. They had their number 5 that was really athletic, and I think he's just kind of looking for a place to go play some college ball. But I was proud of the kids. We played hard. We were in the game the whole time. I thought we controlled the ball a lot. We just need to get a little bit more possession and try not to give the ball away, in the middle of the field.
I was pretty impressed in overtime. They get a big goal. Of course, it's not sudden death, so you still can play. And about 3 minutes later, we tie it up. I think Espinoza puts one in for you.
Yes, sir. He scored two goals for us last night. That's what I always tell the kids. No matter in soccer, it's the 2 or 3 minutes after a goal. Either team can score again because everybody's all fired up, and you think you can go tied, or they can go tied, or you can put another one in. So that's always a critical moment in a game, a soccer game. But the 2 or 3 minutes after a goal scored, you need to make sure you're taking care of your business because the doors are open. So everybody's swinging for the fences. So yeah, I'm glad we put one in. That we really showed a lot of growth in previous games because usually we give up a goal, we kind of drop our heads and get ourselves in a bigger hole. But we fought well, and it was tough to lose that one, but we just got to keep going, and at least we got a point for the tie.
I think Ariano also scored a goal for you.
Yes, he did. Yes, Ariano. He set up some goals. He created some opportunities for Chris to score early, and then he finished one in regulation.
I guess with the district the way it is, it looks like it's going to be a lot of tight, close games. Probably get a little, maybe this early exposure to the shootout, may be beneficial down the line, you hope.
So far, there's been four overtimes and 2 shootouts in district play so far. Wow. Not counting us, just everybody in general. But yeah, it's all some teams that aren't as, I guess, dominant as others. They try for that tie, and they try to get that point in the shootout. So it's a good experience for later on. Yes, sir.
And now you got Texas High, be another road trip. Probably really important to try to get a W now, right? Yeah,
it's really important. If we want to stay in the race for a playoff spot, we gotta start getting some wins.
The Lady Cat soccer team is off to a good start in district play. They had an overtime win over Pine Tree at home Friday, and they won outright 6-0 Tuesday night in Marshall. They'll host Texas High at home Friday night, and I talked with Lady Cats coach Jesus De Leon.
Well, we had a series of difficult games, starting out with Pine Tree and then going on to T-High with Marshall in between, and I wanted to make sure that they didn't let down because we needed them to play, be on the top of their game for that T-High game because T-High has been playing very well. And we got off to a little bit of a slow start. You try to tell them that all games are equally important, but it took until halftime for it to sink in. So we were up 1-0 at halftime, and then I said, guys, look, we need to pick this up because we need to go everything clicking on for the T-High game, and this is your opportunity to put the game together. And so in the first half, the midfield had been a little, hadn't been quite as cohesive, and then it started happening. The midfield started really clicking, and Sophie and the midfielders, they were able to score 3 goals Sophie was able to score 3 goals in about 10 minutes. So that kind of put everything to rest and relaxed everybody, and then she was able to score another one later, and then McKenna Kager was able to score another one in addition to the one that Gracie Boyer scored in the first half. So after a slow start, everything started really going well. Everything started working, and they played a really clean second half, and it was a good game, and we hope to carry that form forward.
And you like the fact is with a big 0 for the other side, good defense all around.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we kid Abby that she wasn't getting much work, but they actually got on the other end early in the game pretty quick. I think that our defenders were trying to do a little too much, but then again they found their game too, and then we controlled the game from the midfield forward, and it wasn't. There wasn't too much for the goalkeepers to do.
We've seen Texas High kind of rise a little bit. They may have fallen back a little last year, but what are they like in your mind this year?
Well, they're always strong because big school, big numbers. They're always going to have a lot of people to draw from. I have some limited exposure to their club girls because I saw them play earlier this year against the club team that I'm associated with in Tyler. And they look pretty decent. I don't know how many of those girls play for Pleasant Grove and how many of those girls play for Texas High. I'm not sure on that, but that team looked pretty decent with and I know that they already had a young lady last year that was very good and was giving everybody trouble. So I think she's continued her form. I think they've only played 1 game, but I think she scored 4 goals in that 1 game. So and she's good. Like I said, you never can tell with T-High because, like I said, sometimes they get 3, 4, new players and it completely reshapes. And as a matter of fact, that's kind of something that's happened to us. We've gotten an influx of unexpected players that have made us a whole lot better. Except that in their case, instead of just getting 1 every couple of years, they might get 1 or 2 every year, and so right now they look really strong, and it's always strong. And like I said, I've known Dustin since we were boys coaches, back in Wichita Falls, and so like I said, there's nothing that he can do, and there's nothing that I can do that's going to surprise each other. I think we know each other very well, and it's always going to be tough, and it's going to come down to who makes the fewest mistakes.
All right. Is our field, do we get an advantage? Teams coming in not quite used to that setup over there. It's kind of new field.
I think that we're going to have an advantage over every team except T-High because T-High has always played on a narrow field, grass field, and so I think that yes, against Pine Tree, all the other teams that normally play turf on the wider fields, they feel a little cramped. But I don't think that's going to be so much the case against T-High. As a matter of fact, a couple of years ago we had to play a game out there because of field conditions on Prim, and we took a tough loss to them out there on that field. So they're not going to be. Dustin is not going to be particularly concerned by the field.
Wednesday is National Signing Day for high school athletes, and 2 Wildcats signed letters of intent. Golfer Alex Moats, a varsity player for several years, signed with LeTourneau University in Longview. And Wildcats offensive lineman Jesse Darrow, who's listed on the Wildcats football roster at 6'4" and 315 pounds, signed with Navarro College in Corsicana. There will be signing media events for Moats Thursday morning and for Darrow on February 17th. Both will take place in the multipurpose building at 10:30 a.m.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.